Hey guys, Wild Willie here. I don't do these videos a whole lot, but I'm doing one for Muskrat Jim. This is more of a reply video or a critique video to his video that he posted the other day on or yesterday actually, on the 5-pound pack challenge. He wanted to come up with a survival kit with all the basics in it for under 5 pounds that he could wear with him constantly or whatever in the Canadian wilderness. So I watched your video, Jim. You covered the basics pretty good, but I'm going to offer you a couple suggestions, my friend. I love your videos, by the way. I love your channel. Subscribed since the beginning, so keep up the good work. In your sleep system, Jim, in your shelter system, you had lots of cordage there to build any kind of shelter you wanted out of the materials provided in the outdoors. But you chose to carry a 6x8 tarp, I believe it was, so that probably weighs in over a pound anyways, or a pound and a half. And you had one of those little Coghlan emergency space blankets. I don't know if you watch my channel, Jim, that much, but I got absolutely no use for those Coghlan emergency space blankets. They're good for one thing and one thing only. That's putting up in your windows in case there's a power failure or in trying to kind of keep your house cool or warm. Putting them up in your windows to keep the heat of the sun out, and that's about it. That's the only use I have for them. If you're going to carry an emergency blanket, carry one that's reusable. But in this case, you're worried about the weight factor, which I understand. So I'm going to suggest something else, Jim. Throw away your space blanket. Throw away your tarp. Either carry this system here. This is Survive Outdoor Longer Emergency Bivy. Zips up like a sleeping bag, Jim. Reflects 90% of your body heat. It's windproof, waterproof, and seam taped. Now, this one's okay for the summertime, but we're getting into the fall now on the East Coast. A lot of snow in the wintertime, a lot of cold temperatures. So I'm going to suggest something else, Jim. 200 grams. This is the SOL Escape Bivy. This thing does the same thing this does, only it zips up, has a hoodie, and does up around your face. And the better thing with this is it wicks the moisture off your body. So it's going to keep you warm, going to keep you dry. It's windproof, rainproof, all kinds of weatherproof. You carry this with you, Jim. This was good enough for about 0 degrees. I've slept in this thing in just 0-degree temperature with the clothes on my back, and now it's fine. Around 200 grams. You incorporate a couple of these, add another 20 to 30 grams, 230 grams right here. These hand warmers or foot warmers, you put these in this system, I guarantee you're going to be comfortable in minus weather. This thing will trap this heat, and you won't sweat in this unit, I promise you. So a lot lighter than a tarp and that emergency blanket, I think, and more versatile. Sleep out in almost any condition with this. You can always build something and throw it over your head in a frame and lean to real quick. Invaluable system, especially in a survival situation, Jim. I'd rather have this than try to set up a tarp. You can get these in camouflage too now, by the way. Your water system. You had a canteen cup and a canteen, which is great. You can boil and take care of drinking water if you had to. Your water purification system. You had a straw there. I forget the name of which one it was, but I recognized it, the US version anyways. If I'm correct and it's the same one, you're going to run into problems, Jim, with the filter clogging or have to being replaced in a shorter amount of time. My suggestion, Jim, for 30 grams, 40 grams, buy a life straw. You wear it around your neck. It does 1,000 liters of water. No parts to exchange. Nothing to replace. Once it's done, you throw it in the garbage and get another one. They refill for about $20. Lifesaver, whether you're in an emergency situation or actually if you're traveling into countries on vacation where you can't drink the water, or you're traveling in areas where hurricanes or tropical storms might be affecting the quality of the water. So just food for thought there. Your cutting system, you had, I believe, a fixed blade, Jim, which was great, 2 ferro rods, you had a folding saw, and you had a folding knife. Now, I carry the Coghlan folding saw always, either that or a pocket chainsaw. Pocket chainsaw, they weigh in around a pound, but it's actually a chainsaw blade with 2 handles on it, not like a wire saw, and you can cut through wood up to 2 feet in diameter with the thing. But if you're going to use a folding saw, Jim, my recommendations, my friend, get the step up. Coghlan, most of their products are pretty decent. That one you had and showed off there, I've had nothing but bad luck from that thing breaking after several uses. This thing I've had for I don't know how many years. It's still going strong. The blades are still sharp. Very durable compared to the small pocket version you had. And one last thing, Jim, your first aid kits. You did very good on the first aid kit. You got your basics, I'm sure in there, your band-aids, your triangular bandage, your safety pins, your sewing kit to suture yourself, I'm sure, your crazy glue to close wounds. I'm sure you got all that stuff. But one thing you forgot, Jim, or I would definitely put in my kit and make it a must, especially in a wilderness situation, is whether you're going to do it in liquid form, whether you're going to do it in pill form, is this. Because there's a chance you might not be traveling alone, someone might run into trouble eating some of the foods on the trail, or even yourself. Even if you're not allergic to bees or insects or mosquitoes or whatever, Benadryl is an absolute must, because you don't know if you accidentally get something on your hands, you accidentally ingest something, come into contact with something. If you're in an emergency situation, you're already in a stressful one, and the last thing you want to worry about is some sort of allergic reaction that can possibly hinder your life out in the wilderness. So, just some food for thought, Jim. Once again, I love your channel. I love what you do, so keep up the good work. I just figured I'd put in my 2 cents. On my 5-pound pack challenge, I will design a full pack if you like and show you what I got in mind. It'll be pretty similar to yours. The big question is now, Jim, and my challenge out to you is, you got your kit, I can make my kit. Can we go out for 24 hours and use them and sustain ourselves off what we have in those kits? Anyways, I'm Wild Willie, and I got to get trucking. Remember, it's not a question if the shit's going to hit the fan. It's a question of when. So always be prepared.